What up, y'all? Tone Space. I was gonna do a reply to another video. I think I'm gonna probably start doing this a little bit because oftentimes I watch videos, watch certain people that I like on YouTube or whatever, and I do have certain opinions about what they're saying and everything. Sometimes along with what they're saying, sometimes in contradiction to what they say, stuff like that. So I figured why not just start doing little response videos here and there, or whatever. I was gonna do one on what's my homie's name? I hate these brain fluctuations. My homie from Alabama. He did something on the girl that allegedly got raped. I don't know. You'll know his name tomorrow when I do that video. But I was watching Tommy Sotomayor's joint on this particular story. So I said, you know what? Let me reply to this one, and I'll get to the other one tomorrow. But to get right to it, apparently, as you may know, Tommy Sotomayor has his anti-PC tour going on, where it's kind of like political comedy, where he's doing these sold out shows and stuff, just doing what he does on regular on YouTube and everything, but doing it in front of an audience. As I understand, it's been going quite wonderful so far. Now apparently he made these custom shirts, these anti-PC tour shirts, for a couple VIP people. I believe it was in a Dallas or somewhere in Texas show, and I believe he said there was only up to like 2 possible people that would have gotten this very shirt that you see on this idiot at the bottom of the screen over there, whatever. Basically what happened is, and this story has been like a breaking news nigga story, like a huge viral thing as far as with Tommy Sotomayor and stuff like that, where this man decided to go on a college campus in blackface, a white man, presumably, almost obviously, but presumably this is a white man. You could actually tell by his features when they do a close-up on him. White guy gets up in blackface and starts walking around a college campus, and I guess somebody recorded it or whatever, and eventually they recognized he had one of Tommy Sotomayor's shirts on. Not just one of his shirts, but a shirt you can't just routinely buy at his website, one that you could only get had you been a VIP member and or a sponsor of, I think, one particular show, not just all of his anti-PC tour shows. So I think basically Tommy said he limited it down to who he believes the person was, and now he's trying to track this idiot down. Allegedly this dumb motherfucker is denying that it was him, yada yada yada. So he's gonna do a little forensic comparison work of the video footage to see if the features match this buffoon that you see at the bottom of the screen. So yeah, I was watching the show, and then something kind of caught my interest. Tommy is basically saying, and you're gonna hear him, he's basically saying, like, why do black folks get offended when they see this in comparison to some other things they see? So I just wanted to give my opinion on it, because I was thinking some things as I was watching it. So I'll just play it and do my little responses here and there. All right, let's go.
Why the hell do you black people find that offensive when there's a YouTuber who goes around making fun of me? His way of making fun of me. How many of you guys know about this lame who his way of making fun of me is wearing an all black one of them gimp suits, I guess, an all black suit. That's how he makes fun of me. That's his joke of letting you know this Tommy Sotomayor. So if that white guy walking around in blackface is offensive, then why isn't what he does offensive? Huh? Why is Tariq Nasheed calling me crispy? Why is that not offensive? Huh? If you want to see the black guy walking around making fun of me on YouTube, not one person has decided to take this video down or nothing. Nope. Would you like to see it? I'll show you. Oh, it's supposed to be hilarious and comedy filled. It's hilarious and comedy filled. Let me go ahead and let y'all see it. Since y'all like comedy, here you go.
Bye, bitch. Get broke ass out of here, bitch. Fuck wrong with you? Fuck my truck up and shit. Fuck my kitty cat. Meow. You alright, kitty? You alright, kitty? Fucking bitch. Yeah, pick that fucking weed up off that fucking weed. Buy that fuck whatever, bitch. You better walk the fucking race, bitch. I'll pound kick your ass. I'll pound kick your ass, bitch. You want me to pound kick your ass, bitch? I'll pound kick your ass, bitch. If I fucking thought, bitch, fuck out of here, bitch. Fuck out of here, bitch. Whatever, bitch. Whatever, bitch. Whatever, bitch. Whatever, bitch. Whatever, bitch. I'm waiting on the cops, bitch. I'm waiting on the cops. Motherfucker, bye, bitch. You gave my shorts. Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch. I'm waiting on the cops, bitch.
So, this is on YouTube. This gets a whole bunch of likes. Or what about the crispy doll?
All right, now let me speak on this one. All right, as you may know, this is Monty Woodgrain. He does a lot of comedy skits, stuff like that. Now I'm gonna keep it real. I found this somewhat funny. Yes, I found this shit funny. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't. The root of what I found funny was not him, because he was dressed up in all, in dark with a thing over his head and, dark complected gimp suit or whatever it was. Now, one thing I will say is, why the heck did the man not have a face? Like, no eyes, no mouth and everything. That was a little extra. I'll say that. But I found it funny. You want to know the main thing I found funny was that little ass pink car, and to see a grown man yelling and cursing in front of a pink car, which is obviously, for like a little girl or something. Just the contrast of that's the main thing that I found funny. But in general, it's a skit. It's a skit on a situation that, if you know what the situation is, you know what the skit was about. And yeah, and in no way when I'm watching this am I thinking like, oh, look at you dressed up all black like Tommy, haha, he's black like you, and how you're dressing up to be like that doesn't come into my mind when I think of what's comedic about this or whatever. All right, he's doing a skit, so he's trying to dress up like you, like Tommy Sotomayor. I look at it comparable like how he's been going off on Hassan Campbell, with the muscle suit, dressing up like Hassan Campbell. Shit, I mean, but then again, I laugh at myself all the time. Shit, just 1 year ago, a year and a few days ago, I was in the streets screaming, yelling, acting like a damn fool. If Monty Woodgrain got a Big Bird outfit and did the skit on that with me yelling and cursing and shoving people and shit like that, I'd find that shit hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I might have just gave his ass an idea. If he did that, that shit would be hilarious to me. That's just me, right? But the point I'm saying is, like, I don't look at that as a play, or I don't look at the main striking thing in that as him trying to dress up all super dark. I just look at it as him picking a uniform so we could closely resemble who he's mocking. And but like I said, the funniest part to me is the little ass car. You know what I'm saying? Just like when he dresses up as Hassan Campbell. Now, of course, it's a skit, so it's supposed to be comedic. So yeah, of course he's going to exaggerate it. Like Hassan has like, big biceps and shit like that. So he gets a whole big muscle suit to exaggerate it. In this situation, yes, Tommy Sotomayor, you're a dark-skinned man. So Monty gets some, I guess, whatever you call it, a gimp suit, so dark that they don't even have eyes or a mouth or something. I mean, it's a little extra. I mean, I kind of see where you're going with it or whatever, but what I find funny about it is the entire skit and what it was mocking as a whole. Also, the world it's in. This is like the main crux of what I want to say about what compares this and things of this caliber to, the guy that decided to dress up in blackface. Like, to me, that was just completely tasteless. All right, it has to do with the world that they're in. All right, now, on one hand, it's just the black world. Monty Woodgrain, even him dressing up like a darker skinned black man, he is still a black man doing that. So, he's going to feel a little more comfortable, so to speak, doing that or whatever. And in addition to that, it's the situation, like that has to do with, with Tommy Sotomayor's situation that he was mocking or having a skit on. That revolves around the black sector, whatever, which, as far as I understand, if I'm not mistaken, both Tommy Sotomayor and Monty Woodgrain, from those that do the history, I wasn't around these times or whatever, but to my understanding, Monty was like the first one that pretty much went against Tommy Sotomayor in the situations that spawned the black sector. But basically, this whole situation, Monty, him being in that community, or this community, Tommy Sotomayor being in this community, it's like a communal thing. So much of the audience are going to be people that are privy to what's going on, to what he's making that a skit of, to like the community that it's in. So it's in a black community. So you have a black man dressing up as a blacker man in a black community, and the skit as a whole is relative to something that a lot of the audience are going to be familiar with. You know what I'm saying? Whereas the white man dressing up in blackface, it's like we all look at that as like a stranger. Like, you know, there's no connection. You know what I'm saying? It's not a black man, and it's what he's doing a parody of is nothing that any of us can relate to, that we have a kinship with or anything. No, the white guy is making a parody of, you know, back in the days in the 20s when white people would dress up in the blackface and, you know, make a mockery of, you know, black people from slavery times, and from that time being like subservient, subhuman type individuals. You know what I'm saying? So in a sense, it's like a parody of a parody. You know, when the 20s and shit, when they did that, they were parodying black people to make black people look extra bad. And now in 2019, him dressing up as blackface, it's a throwback, a parody of that moment. So all of those thoughts come into play when you just see some random white guy doing that, as opposed to a man that's making a skit within more or less the online community that he is a part of or whatever. And he's a black man. Now, I guess that goes into something else, you know, with the whole skin color and, you know, black people having a comfortability, more of a comfortability, talking about a black man's skin complexion and stuff like that. I mean, because, you know, you got them of all shapes and sizes, this and darker skin or dark skinned people, you know, and anyone from someone as light as me on some like, Madam Black ass, all the way to some people that are almost or comparably the same shade. Oh, yo, black ass this, yo, black ass that. Personally, now that, I think that in itself is somewhat a problem. I don't think it's as bad as when an outsider, a white person, does it. I think in the community we do it because we have more of a familiarity or a comfortability with each other. Now, me saying that isn't to say it's a good thing that people go at each other because they're comfortable or familiar with. Like they say, who is going to be likely to turn on you? A lot of times it'll be your friend. It'll be a person that knows you well. Why? Because they're settled. They're comfortable with you. You know what I'm saying? What you did a video, and Vlad and all these people, Boosie did videos about a lot of the rappers that get killed in the hood get killed in their own hood, in the place where they're most known, where they're comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So they're probably killed by people that most know them, that have that comfortability with them. I guess comfortability with people goes two ways. It goes well as far as communion and being cool and chill and laughing and partying with each other. And on the other end, it could go the other way, where those are the ones that are likely to get at your ass because, you know, they're comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that's a lot of times why black people will diss black people for attributes of being black. You know what I'm saying? Now, that in itself, I don't think is necessarily right. Like, for example, what did you say now?
Huh?
Okay, well, I thought you were going to say it again, but he said it a couple seconds ago. You're talking about the Crispy doll with Tariq Nasheed. Now, with that one, comparing Tariq Nasheed with the Crispy doll to this blackface guy, I will be honest with you, the white guy in blackface does rub me more wrong than Tariq with the crispy shit. To me, Tariq just looks more like a buffoon doing that. It's kind of like him making himself look stupid, if you want to know the truth. Reason being, because here you have this black man that's supposed to be about black empowerment. He's actually came up, I believe he coined the term melanoid for melanoid nation. So he's talking about melanation, meaning blackness, meaning darkness, you know, in a positive light. Yet you are parodying a man that's a little bit of a darker skin tone than you, and you're naming that doll Crispy. Like, let's say if he did the doll and he didn't name it Crispy, you know what I'm saying? Let's say he named the doll Tommy, and he did his little skit, his little funny stuff or whatever. Maybe, you know, I don't think anyone would think of the complexion, you know, that he's trying to get at you for being dark. But yeah, the fact that he named the dog Crispy, yeah, it's a strike at the complexion. And don't say that, oh, it means ashy. You know, this has been debunked. I think he did a Crispy show one time where he's talking about Tommy's triple stages of darkness and stuff like that. The thing has been debunked many times. Crispy, when people consider Tommy Crispy, it's a shot at his skin tone and his skin complexion. And when stuff like that are coming from people that are supposed to be of a pro-black ilk, or especially like someone Tariq Nasheed, you know, Mr. Hidden Colors 4, working on 5, Mr. 1804, Haitian Revolution and all that. For him to do something like that, it's just me. Now, I think a little different than a lot of people. To me, it makes him look foolish. Like if Tariq were Mr. Parody Man like Monty Woodgrain, and he just called it Crispy and everything, then it would just be more of an insult to Tommy. And to dark-hued, dark-skinned people, right? But however, being that Tariq Nasheed is a man that is supposed to be about this black empowerment, Mr. Melanoid, for him to do that and to call the shit Crispy, yeah, to me, it just makes him look stupid. It makes him look bogus. You know what I'm saying? It totally invalidates his entire movement. Anytime he talks that pro-black shit, it looks like that's a parody now. Why? Because behind the scenes you got your Crispy doll and you're calling the shit Crispy, making a strike at black people. Now, as I said, the white guy in blackface is, you know, still, it definitely rubs me more in the wrong way. Because like I said, with Tariq Nasheed, he just looks like a fool. Now, granted, this white man doing that shit, he looks like a damn fool too. But, again, being that the white man is kind of, in this situation, is kind of like not part of the circle, because even Tariq Nasheed, he's still a black man, and he's still fairly part of, I guess, this YouTube or this tubosphere of folks and people that we like to listen to and stuff like that. So even still, it still goes back to, I guess, that comfortability level. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna fuck over those that you're most comfortable fucking over. You know what I'm saying? Whereas this white dude doing that shit is like, yo, I don't know you. You dressing in blackface. Like, you ever had friends? I've had friends. I've had this happen on multiple occasions where two of them may be beefing and they know each other real well. I had a friend, he punched my homeboy in the face, right? A couple weeks, maybe a month or two later, it's me, my homeboy, but you know, the one that punched him in the face, the one that got punched in the face. Somebody else is fucking with my man that got punched in the face. And then my boy that punched him in the face was ready to take his defense more on some like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I could punch him in the face, but that don't mean you could punch him in the face, talking about some old other stranger person. You know what I'm saying? It's a bit sick. It's a bit twisted. I'm not saying that is right. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, I guess, kind of trying to give what I believe is the explanation for why that is, basically. For why black people feel comfortable calling other people black asses and crispy and stuff like that. No way am I justifying it or trying to justify it. It's just, you know what I'm saying, what I think it is. And also why I think when a white person, someone that is not familiar, that has nothing in common with these other people that are going at each other, when they do it, it just seems extra wrong or it's extra offensive. You know? Like, but yeah, with the Monty Woodgrain skit, yeah, when I watch that, I don't think, haha, look at him making fun of how black you are. Like that just doesn't come to mind. Now, at the same time, I'm not of that, well, two things. I'm not a dark complected man, and I'm also not Tommy, who has been through constant insults and jokes and parodies and stuff about his skin complexion. You know what I'm saying? So obviously I understand that for you, Tommy, for you to be more offended by a Monty skit or by a Tariq Nasheed Crispy doll, obviously, because it's directed at you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's centered to you, as opposed to white guy in blackface. He's just dissing everybody, you know. And yeah, so I lost the thought, another brain fart. So yeah, I understand why that could offend you more. But oh yeah, I know what I was saying. Like, also, you know, me not being a dark man and not being one that also gets dissed for being a dark skinned man at the same time. Like, going back to the Monty skit, I can only say it from my perspective. like in the comments, there may be other folks that are dark skinned that when they first see this, they automatically see something that I don't see. I can only live, my reality from my perception and stuff like that. So other darker hued folks may see Monty's skit and may see some offense that I just don't see. So I'm only speaking, just a casual opinion from a casual observer. You know what I mean? But at the same time, the motherfucker don't got a mouth or no eyes and shit. That shit is a little bogus. I ain't even gonna front on that. But again, yeah, Monty could do. Well, I already put the idea out there, so fuck it. Monty could dress up in a Big Bird suit and parody me, and I'll find that shit funny. But hey, that's just me. I mean, I know the colorism that exists. I know that darker skinned people go through, more scrutiny, at least from the outside world. Now, within black people, I notice a lot of darker hued folk being acknowledged and loved, and a lot of women that, they just get like a deep-seated urge for a dark-skinned brother. Some of them may like, what's light, bright folk too, but, they get like a deep urge for darkness. And we all know that more melanation you have, the actual stronger the skin is. I've said this a couple times before. I had a woman, and it kind of led to me not rocking with her anymore. She was of a darker complexion, and she basically said she hates her skin. And I literally automatically had to just get in like serious mode and tell her, like, yo, do you know to get skin that's of my complexion, you have to take something out of me that you have that I do not have? Classic example are, the people in Jamaica bleaching their skin. Bleaching means to destroy, to wipe out. You know what I'm saying? So you have to wipe out something. It's pathological if you really think about it. You have to destroy your skin to get it to be a lighter hue. So I'm trying to tell her to love, her complexion. But when you get to a certain age, if you ain't there by now, I guess you ain't just ever gonna get there. But I don't know. That's just my opinion on that. The Monty shit I saw as a skit. I didn't really think about the skin thing like that. Tariq Nasheed, he makes himself look like an idiot more than anyone else, but I think a lot of people of the audience are too slow to pick that up, and I think he is as well. Otherwise, he wouldn't play himself and expose his melanoid nation thing as being a hustle, because essentially that's what it does. How you gonna have a crispy dog talking about black crispy ass skin, yet you're, you pumping the fist? But man, again, some people aren't gonna catch on to it. But yeah, that's about it. Let me see. Is there anything else I wanted to say? Let it play a little more.
Huh?
Oh, that shit's loud as a motherfucker.
What about the comments that were made about the white boy when they started to make videos about this before I even made it? The Yahoo, the white dude walking around. Do y'all know that many black folks said, well, it do look like Tommy, it just ain't as black as him? That's what they said about the black face paint. Ha, 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 were all of these things.
Yeah, now that's crazy. And again, if those are black people saying that, my theory, again, it comes down to a comfortability level. Like, you'll have white people that would never come out their mouth like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll have that guilt in them, or they'll feel too disassociated with the black experience to even think to joke like that. And you know what? I think that's what it is too. It's like when you look at a white man doing this, it's like the gall of this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't you be that humble motherfucker that fuck it, I'm gonna say it, that knows your place, and that place is not to be, getting into black business and trying to joke around. It's like when you see a white person do shit like this, it's like they're just on some racist shit. When a black person does it, unfortunately, again, it's a comfortability factor. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when they do it, it's somewhat, our guard is already up, and we kind of have like a relation to them already because they're kind of already in the mix. But it's like, yeah, the white folks, I guess we just expect that white guilt from them to not do some shit like that. So when we see them do some shit like that, it hits harder. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's fucked up. Anyway, whether it's, due to comfortability or not, I'm not co-signing it and saying that, people should be on some haha, his skin ain't as black as yours, he should be black, obliggity, black, black, black. Especially if you're claiming that you're part of a pro-black movement, and if even more so, if a big reason why you bang on Tommy Sotomayor is because you think he's against a pro-black movement, then yeah, by no means should you be, coming out your mouth talking about his complexion. That just irony. It turns shit on his head. It's just totally bass-ackwards. But I'm gonna let this rock right here. I just wanted to shoot the shit about that. All right, y'all. Peace.